So, what is it again? How do you feel if the guy that you were sleeping with didn't want to kiss you while you was doing the deed?
As in what, during or just period?
During. So every time he's not on
That's
that.
funny. Sorry to any family watching. If I'm honest, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just because, for me, it would obviously depend on the setup. If it's like my partner, like when I say partner, as in someone I'm dating, that we've been together and we're usually intimate, then that was going to be like hella weird, innit? Because
what do you mean?
Why? So if it's somebody like as my partner, this is my man, I'm your woman, and it's that level, then and we're usually that way, like intimate, where we will kiss and we'll do things, and it's just during then he won't, then I'm gonna be like, bro, what's going on, innit? Definitely, if it's someone that I just have on that level where it's just sexual interaction, no.
No, but I'm talking like your man.
Oh, yeah, bro, we need to have a talk.
Or the guy who you're invested with.
We need to have a talk.
But
then I feel like that would happen in the beginning anyway, because I'm that type of person that will have certain conversations in it. So questions of like what type of character, what things do you like, don't you like, what tickles your fancy, and
he might not want to tell you.
He might, but I think I'm gonna learn real quick. Like, so for me, my first thing would be like, oh, okay, so you're not really one to engage in that. Yeah. So if you don't say to me, oh yeah, like I don't know, I've never really noticed, or I just don't, there's no particular reason. Okay, we go from there. If you're like, yeah, I don't do that. Okay, let's sit down and have a conversation now. It's time for that chat, because why not?
But what's wrong with that though? Say if like you was a person that wanted that and he didn't want that, but everything else was cool.
No, for me, we just speak as to why. Because if you turn around and say, oh, like for me, I'm very funny when it comes to intimacy, if that makes sense. Of certain things that people might just be like, oh yeah, that's standard or given for them, might not be my thing. I'm particular with
certain things.
Yeah, so I get that other people may be particular with certain things that may not be the same as myself. So for me, it's just that conversation of, oh, okay, this is or isn't your thing. Is there a particular reason why? And if they're like, no, it's just the way it is, it'll be like, okay. But I'm always that person that I think a lot of things, people might not realise what the reason is. But there is something. Yeah. They just haven't, like, it could have been an experience that they've not taken on board.
Yeah.
But it's something that's impacted later on. So it's that, that when they say if you've got a fear or something, but you don't know where it started, it could be that. But if you're just going to come out bold-faced and just be like, nah, it's not me, I'll just be like, all right.
What if a guy had everything that you wanted, right? And you was digging him, but he said that he doesn't want to kiss you?
If everything else is fine,
yeah,
then we'll just have to fight. I'm sure it will work.
Is it?
Yeah. Because I feel like they're at some point, like even if it's like a casual thing, whether it be, he might not kiss, he might be more of a hugger, or there's certain other ways. I don't know. I know it is, yeah. No, but do you know what I mean? There might be other ways that he can still show his affection.
How? Well, yeah, hugging, yeah.
No, but do you know what? Hugging's a big thing. Like, I think sometimes
hugging
it's undermined.
Is a big thing, but
it's the way things. But then like we say, all right, you're not much of a kisser, but it may not.
What?
You might
having that conversation.
No, but what I'm saying is, if someone says they're not a person that really kisses, but it may be on a level of, it might not be that type of kiss, but they might be the type to, I don't know, kiss you on the cheek or give you a peck on the lips, or I don't know. I'm just saying, but they may not be the person that's fully endorsed in kissing like that. But it's not to say that there's never ever any form of a kiss. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So they might be the type to meet and greet and be like, hey, like that kind of kiss, but it may not be that in your face kind of. I don't know, innit? But for me personally, kissing's an intimate thing.
Which is why I say what I say.
Yeah.
Because
so it's not something that will happen with just any and everybody.
If a man is in you, right, and that's happening, and as you said, kissing's a big thing. If there's minus that, then surely that's like a huge part of the affection gone.
It is. It is. But if you started and it was never there, in one sense, you can look at it as you can't miss what you never had. Or
I wonder if a woman would accept that from the beginning.
if I'm honest, I don't think a lot of women would.
Because I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I would think that a woman would want to be kissed more so than a guy. But
I would take a leap and say that I agree with you. Because I think I don't know why, I associate it to be more of a woman's thing than a guy. Not that men don't, but as a term of receiving that kind of affection, I feel like it's more of a feminine thing. Like I don't, even though I've heard guys say things like, oh, what, it would be nice for a woman to treat me the same way that she's always going on about wanting to be treated. You know, like, yeah, love up on me, do this. But I don't really hear guys sitting there being like, she don't kiss me anymore. Like, that's something I'd expect a woman to say.
Because in my mind, and it's just doing what it does, isn't it? But I'm just thinking like, I think that's what they invented, doggy style for. To avoid that. Yeah, because it's like
but I love
a worst case scenario is if a guy's doing that, right, and the girl likes that, there's no room to kiss.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if he's slapping you in that straight away.
Do you know? Sorry.
And the conversation will go unnoticed if that keeps happening.
It is so true.
Worst case, if the woman is blessed with something from behind. There's no excuse to ever do missionary. You get what I mean? So in my mind, it's like you would never really know if that was the case.
Yeah. Do you know what? I just think it also depends how you get into things as well, innit? Because if you see somebody, you do the meet and greet, hi, yeah, sit down, the dates, let's talk, and then you get into it. I think at some point, if it's not there from the beginning, then it may be a thing of, that's something I really like. So if you can't do it, then it may be a big thing for somebody. If you've got into it, I don't know, there's so many different ways that people get into relationships, so that some people just fall into relationships by accident.
Listen, I've spoken to just like a woman's woman. She like, nah, I ain't going for that.
But this is what I'm saying.
Because it's disrespectful, isn't it? In a sense, it's disrespectful because it's like, if you're with a woman,
why can you not be like that with her?
And you're not gonna. I mean,
but this is what I say. I think it depends if there's 100%.
If there's trauma.
And this is why I think only now, as I've got older, my mind has expanded. Like, if you asked me the same question, probably, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, I would have been like, no, get out of it.
Yeah.
But now, I think I look at things on a broader spectrum. So my thing isn't to instantly write something off. Yeah. If someone's got 9 out of 10 things ticked off, are you really going to miss out? It's like, as they say, that 80-20 rule, isn't it? Like, are you going to miss out on something because that 20% in somebody else is what you want, but drop the whole 80?
Yeah.
Or are you going to stick with the 80 and see what you can work with? Because that 80 might go up to 90. Do you know what I mean? Could go down to 70, but it could go either way. But it's going to be a lot harder to get that 20 to grow to 80% than it is for that 80. Do you know what I mean? Because you have to, as I said, it depends on what's important to you. But I do think about, and especially when it comes to men, a lot of the times there are traumas that go undermined. And then there are other traumas that kind of they try to brush under the carpet. And if they've done that for so long, it is pushed at the back of their head where they don't relate. Yeah. So, I just don't do that. It's not that you just don't do that. It's just that thing that happened when you was even maybe 7 years old is still affecting you now when you're 27. But you're not relating the two together. But if you used to sit there and go deep, you realise that's the real reason why you're not doing that. But I think because a lot isn't spoken about, that's why the certain things that happen later on in life, people are just quick to say, I'm not doing that. But then years later, he might get with a next woman and the same one thing he hasn't done for that woman, he's doing. And then you're sitting there thinking, well, hold on, what's missing in me that's
Right.
not missing in
And
her.
that's what I was gonna say, because as much as it might be tied to the traumas and stuff, it might just be that
The person.
he just don't want to kiss you.
Yeah. But so then you have to be able to kind of assess that.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Because as you say, you might click with somebody, but then if you was to sit down and look at the things that you don't click with, you might click with 9 things out of the 10. But that one thing you don't click with is a major thing.